Good morning guys, it is a beautiful day in Sydney today and I thought I'd take you through how I wear a nude lip. So the first thing you'll notice about me is I'm incredibly pale, like so pale. And for the longest time I thought I couldn't wear a nude lip. I just thought, no, you're stuck with pink, pink forever. And I kind of learnt how to do it and I thought I'd share that with you today. I was interrupted for the Jehovah's Witnesses, I kid you not. I don't want to knock any faith, but I'm Catholic, my husband's Hindu. We've got this shit covered. I promise you. All the gods in the world are covered. I wonder if the Mormons will drop by this morning too. We can party. Get party! So I will be using different products today to kind of give it a natural, or give my skin a natural warmth. And I think that is how I can get away with wearing the nude lip. And I'll take you through it today. I'm going to warm up my skin, but not with a darker foundation and also not with contouring. I'm just going to do it through a bronzer. And I'll take you through how I have warmed up my skin with a bronzer and a blush and how I think that's enough to get away with wearing a nude lip when you are as pale as I am. Before we get started, let me take you through the products I've used already on my skin before we get into the makeup. I've used the Garnier MiCellar water. I've used the Garnier 2-in-1 makeup remover because I did not get enough eye makeup off yesterday. I toned my skin with the Natio a gentle toner, so I did use the simple kind to skin light moisturiser with an SPF 15. A lot of what I'm using today is drugstore based. I'm starting with the Flower Beauty Perfecting Primer. I'm going to use a mix of two foundations today. I will use the Maybelline Dewy and Smooth towards the centre of my face, and I will use the Flower Beauty About Face LF1, which I think is definitely their fairest shade. Like, it's the world's best makeup shade for light skin at the drugstore or at Walmart. We'll start with this Maybelline Fit Me in Dewy and Smooth. I'm using shade 115 because I am so pale. I'm starting by dotting this product over the centre of my skin. From Zoeva's Rose Gold collection, I am using this buffer brush to buff in my makeup. And I'm using a very light hand. I don't want to move my skin around too much. So now I'm going to hit the outside of my face, and granted I'll use a bronzer later. I just like the way that these two foundations together blend. And just going in with the same brush. I use the Fit Me concealers, and I do have two shades because I do try and contour sometimes with that darker one right here. I am going to skip that today. I used to always use my sponge. I have the Real Technique sponge at the moment, and to be fair, I think it's getting a little bit old, and so I'm trying not to use it. But I started using my fingers for this, just putting the concealer on, and I really like it. I think it does make a difference using a product with your hands sometimes, and it does add to the warmth of the product, going in and doing what it needs to do quite well. I also just get my chin around the nose. And that brings some warmth back because this shade is still slightly darker than I am. So I've put it over some sunspots, I put it around my nose. I put it around my nose twice because I blew my nose after I had a sneezing fit. Yeah, I think I'm done. And I've primed my eyes with concealer. So I'm going to go in right now with a translucent powder. This is Physicians Formula's Mineral Wear Talc-Free Mineral Correcting Powder in Natural Beige. I don't think it adds that much colour, but I think it does a great job setting my foundation. Also from the Rose Golden collection, I am using this Luxe Cheek Finish Blush Brush. And I'm going in with a light touch. It is just, and you'll see some kick off. So you don't always wear what you're going to wear out when you use this product. But I just think it is so finely milled for a drugstore brand. And don't forget the eyelids, as I have put the primer on, or the concealer as the primer. Next, I'm going in with this Maybelline Master Highlight Blush. I think this is probably the product that actually brings this all together. It is a beautiful coral, and this is in the shade Coral. It is a beautiful coral blush. Has tiny little bits of shimmer, not too much that it overtakes the look. Now I'm using a Natio blush brush. And it's such a subtle warmth that it gives to the skin. You can already see a little bit of a difference. It's such a subtle warmth that it's not screaming, hey, you're pale and I can see all your blush and you look like a clown. It doesn't do that. I'd love to see this on a deeper skin tone girl. I reckon, oh my gosh, the way that they would shine would be so insane. It would be beautiful. Just a nice, natural glow. It's time for me to give the Physicians Formula Magic Mosaic Multicolored Custom Face Bronzer a go. I'll start obviously on the lighter side, and I will see how I go. Obviously, once you go really, really deep, it's hard to come back. And remember, I'm absolutely deathly afraid of bronzers. I just don't think they do good things. So, and I might actually have to use, maybe it'll seem like it's not, okay, I'm using the whole thing because it's not obvious to me just yet. But we are trying to be subtle by adding that extra bit of warmth to the face. I'm going to go in under the blush because this is a darker shade. And this is a great brush because if I do need to fan it, it can just, I can still do it, you know, without having a fan. And I'm using a very, very light touch. It's not the most obvious. It's not super obvious, which is a good thing because I think if it was super obvious, I'd be really annoyed with it. It doesn't look to me like I've obviously got bronzer on, which is a good thing, a really good thing. I'm happy with it so far, and let's keep going. I am really weird with my highlight, and I actually take it from the Chocolate Bar palette. This bottom largest shade here, it is a champagne colour, and it is got a little bit of shimmer in it, and I actually really enjoy it for what I'm doing today. And I'm going to highlight here, here, and here. Zoeva Rose Gold face paint brush is somewhat fanned, and it is what I use to do my highlight. I really like the glow that I've been able to achieve with both the Master Highlight in Coral from Maybelline and also this Chocolate Bar eyeshadow, because that's what I do. I roll different to everybody else. I don't like black eyeshadow. I really don't think it is my friend. But to achieve the look today, I am going to have to use a darker palette than I usually do. And I'm using this Estee Lauder palette. I think I could have got it, unfortunately, in a gift pack a year or two ago. This will give you an idea of the shades. What I absolutely hate about this product is how small the pans are. And that just means it can get very messy on the crease brush. I can sometimes pick up the wrong colour. So let's give it a go. Starting with the crease, I will use this light colour or this light brown colour here. It is called Amazing Grey. It's number 72 and it's a shimmer. Like, I actually hold down the bristles so it doesn't hit the other darker pans below it. I try not to pull up my skin, but it's like nearly impossible, to be fair. I can already tell I've still got yesterday's makeup on still. I mean, it's amazing how much things don't move. Now, I've got very, very hooded eyes, so I do actually aim to get some of my crease onto the brow bone, just ever so slightly, because otherwise you would not see the colour. I'm using the Zoeva smudger brush to pick up this very dark brown shade in the Estee Lauder palette. This shade is called Black Chrome, but to me it is definitely more of a brown. I'm aiming to get it just towards the outer third. I'm not doing the biggest smoky eye. I'm not great at smoky eyes. I will blend it all very, very soon. But I will use another transition shade to lighten it up. But like I said, I do need to make my eyes really warm, which is very unnatural for me, but it's the way that I can get the nude lip to work shortly. I don't like dark eyes on me, so I'm struggling to like this look, but I'm not done yet. There is a beautiful pink at the top of this palette, and it is called Tranquil Moon. It is number 13, and it's a satin finish. And I will use this on my eyelids, all across my eyelids, to try and buff out the darkness that I'm not fussed on. I'm using a Zoeva Smoky Shader brush. I've mainly applied this actually to the near centre of my lid. I haven't gone as in as I thought I would, and I am just trying to buff out the darkness around the corner of my eye because it's not something I naturally like. But I know I need it for the nude lip. I'm going back into my chocolate bar palette. I am picking up this shade here just with my fingertips to put on the centre of my lid, or the inner corners to centre of my lid. From the chocolate bar palette, I've taken a large white matte shade in the top left-hand corner, and I'm just doing under my brow bone, just to make sure before I make a decision over how I'm going to make this look something that I actually really enjoy. I'm taking this centre shade of this palette. It is Incandescent Violet, and it's a satin finish. It's beautiful, and it's going over the centre of my lid to transition between the lighter shade and the darker shade. So that's definitely a nice smooth transition out. I'm much happier with that. I'm going to use this shade Sugar Cube to highlight the inner corners of my eye, and then instead of putting this whiter shade over the inner corners, I'm going to put that just under my eyebrows, and that is Ivory Slipper. So some people make it look so easy. Hi, I'm on YouTube. I'm doing my eye makeup. Isn't it easy? It's not, because I want to use a mirror. The next thing I'm going to do, and I will do it off camera because I hate doing eyeliner on camera. I just can't do it. But I will use the Maybelline Eye Studio gel eyeliner. So you'll see it in a moment. So I have my eyeliner on and I'm happy enough with it. And I say happy enough because I didn't have my brush that I love. I love a Natio brush. There's a nice small angled precise brush and I couldn't find it. So I did use the Zoeva wing liner and I didn't love it. Well, it's new product time. So I do feel my face is warm. I'm looking in the camera and I do notice a distinct colour difference here, which I do get self-conscious about, but I will, if I feel like I need to fix it later, I'll put some more bronzer on my neck. Opening product is fun. The SuperSizer Lash Blast Mascara provides bold, corner-to-corner, full volume fanned out lashes. Let's see what this wand is all about. Well, that's different. It goes up in like a V almost. It's a really different wand. Again, this is something I'm going to do off camera. I just would rather look closely at a mirror to apply. By the way, I'm using my Maybelline Brow Precise pencil. It has a spoolie on the end and I don't have much left. Makes me sad. So there's just a few little spots, even though I think I've got a good shape. Naturally, I just need to fill in there and sometimes up the top here. Woohoo, we're up to the lip part. The whole point of this video is about the nude lip. And so my face is warm, I'm really happy with that. And I've got two to choose from. And I've got one that's much easier to use and one that's a little bit harder. And I did that the wrong way around. The one that is actually harder to use is this Chi Chi Nude Liquid Lipstick. It is in Calendar Girl. And I'll show you the shade first. It is a very, very brown nude, and I haven't been able to wear it very well yet. Now the safer option, and that I still think is still a very nude colour, is this Maybelline colour. It is in Australia, it is MAT, Matte 7, and it is part of the Bold Matte collection, and it is the one that I'm going to go with. And just to compare, and this is actually going to make me cry because it's actually fallen out of the product. The product has fallen out of the packaging, and I've got to be careful. If I hold it upside down, the product will just go on the ground. Why do you make me cry, Maybelline? So it is still a brown nude, but compared to the Calendar Girl from Chi Chi, it's not as brown as that. But I'm going to start with the Maybelline one. And the best liner that I have found, although it's a pencil and I hate pencil liners, is this Rimmel Lasting Finish liner in Natural. And I think it is actually a really nice place to start when you're doing a nude lip. Gosh, I could just put gloss on now, let's just be honest. But it's meant to be your lips, but better. I will apply this lip pencil to my full lip. It is just an easy way to ensure you get colour into the corners when you don't want to go too heavy with the lipstick. I rest my hand under my chin to get a straight line. I don't actually have a Cupid's bow, so I get so jealous when I watch everyone on YouTube and they get to do that proper V. I don't really have that. I just kind of have this straight line. I don't usually overline. I think particularly my bottom lip is bigger than the biggest thing in the world, big lip Bernie as I was a kid. But I don't go too harsh with the overline, but I do try and get a good shape. Got distracted. I wanted to see how similar the liner was to both those shades. It's definitely, I'm going to go to Chi Chi, I think. I think I'm going to go Chi Chi. Maybe I'll put the Maybelline on one first so you can see what I was planning to achieve, and then I'll put the Chi Chi on. You know what I forgot to do? I forgot to put a balm on my lips this morning. I like to put a balm on my lips before I apply any kind of matte makeup or any kind of matte lipstick, but my bad. So I'm happy with the liner, and I'll go in and actually now colour in my lips with the liner. The original one I wanted to go with, but I'll show you both, is this Maybelline colour. It is the Matte 7, and I really like it. I think it's a lovely dusky brown that's got the tiniest hint of pink in it. So let's get into it. This is the intended finished look. I thought I'd take you to different lighting just so you could see. It is definitely not a bright pink lip by any means. It is a nude lip, and I think the darker, the warmness of the rest of the face can make this work, and I don't look too washed out at all. And just another look in other light for you. If you are worried that the shade is a little bit too brown for you, I would recommend adding a light sheer pink gloss. This is Lovely Lotus by Flower. And if I am ever concerned that it is washing me out, I just add the tiniest bit of pink here, and you can definitely see the difference. Not to the full lip, but just enough that it does take the matte away, but it adds a little bit more warmth if you are worried about something like that. Alright, let's try the Chi Chi. Oh, that's so brown. I don't hate it, and I think it makes a difference having the warmth in the cheeks and you don't hate the darkness. This shade is not for me. I do prefer the finish from the Maybelline Nude rather than this one.